apart from the drag and drop and using the value field settings to decide on the calculation, I can add my own calculation in the form of measures. So for example, I would like to add a margin percentage as well. So the calculation or the formula for margin percentage is the total profit, the sum of profit divided by sum of revenue. So let's do that. So I'll right click on the orders table and I'll click add measure. I define the name of the measure, which is margin percentage, and the formula for that is sum of profit. It is important when we're defining a measure. So when we are defining the name of the column, so right now we're saying it's sum of profit, but it is recommended that we also use the name of the table as well. So instead of just selecting profit, I'll select the orders and then profit. So basically we are saying that in the order select the profit from the order table. You hit enter to do the selection. So sum of this divide by sum of sales. So I'll select order sales, hit enter, and this is a percentage, so select percentage under number and okay. So it will add a field under orders table, which I can drag and drop in my pivot value field settings to get my margin percentage by manager. And I can add further slicers, or I can add further layers to it. So for example, if I would like to see it by customer segment, so either I drag and drop my customer segment under manager, so that I can get to see the performance by each manager for each customer segment, or alternatively I can actually I can add slicers as well. So let's just say let's add a slicer for product, make it a 3-column slicer so that I can put it on the top and resize it. So now I'm looking at right now the overall performance by manager, and this is for return sales, and then I can do it by different product category. So it's very easy, it's very simple to get started with Power Pivot and start analyzing information from multiple perspectives. So we can have more data sources. So for example, let's say I want to add more data tables to it. So I can do that using data, get data, and from here I get multiple options. So I can select data from a SQL Server or multiple different databases. I can do it from Azure. If I can get it from my Power BI service, then SharePoint, and there are many data sources I can use. So let's just say I want to connect to a SQL Server. So I'll show you quickly how to connect to a SQL Server. So at the moment I'm gonna do connect to my local instance over here. So this is for a demo purpose right now. We're not going to use it in our current model. So I'm going to do it for the local instance. So I'll just click OK. And I'll use my current credentials. Encryption support, click OK. So now Excel is connecting with my local SQL Server instance, and now I'll get a window. So now I have these data sources, databases in my current model, and so I can bring in views into my model. So if I have multiple tables to select, so I'll select any of these tables, and I can bring in views, and then I can bring in the tables as well, the regular tables. And once I've done the selection, I'll click here and under load, the arrow next to the load, and click on load to. And in here we'll say only create connection, because we do not want to import data, we just want to connect to the SQL server. And this option, add this to data model, this is important, that this data model is our Power Pivot data model. So we're gonna create connection, and then we want to add this to data model. And when I click OK, we'll get to our Power Pivot window. So right now it's creating connection. And once it's created connection, we'll go to our data model and we'll find our two tables. Yep, here you go. So all these the two tables from SQL I have brought into my data model, and then I can if these tables are related, then I can start with creating relationships, and eventually then it will start showing in my pivot table window. So these two tables, so I can start analyzing numbers from multiple tables and from multiple sources.